Welcome back everyone to another second stimulus check and second stimulus package update. Today is Tuesday, December 15th. We do have a few things to cover in this update. Some talks and discussions are definitely progressing on Capitol Hill, and we also have an update on the bipartisan proposal. Also some brand new picks for Biden's cabinet, so certainly a few things to cover in this video. If you have been getting value out of my content, you have been enjoying my videos, go ahead and show your support by just smashing that like button. Turn that like button blue. I would greatly appreciate it. Help with that YouTube algorithm, and it will get more eyeballs on my videos, so it just supports me and my channel. It's totally free to do so as well. And if you are feeling extra generous this holiday season, you might want to consider hitting that big red button, the subscribe button. Even more important, you actually want to hit that notification bell as well. When you hit that bell, it will actually notify you every single time I do make a new video. You'll be first in line to see it, and you'll be able to get to it before anyone else does. If you want to really express your gratitude, you can also share the video with a friend, share it with a family member, share it with someone you think will get value out of my content. So spread the love, spread the videos. I would also appreciate that as well. So we'll start with some news regarding the transition of power from Trump to Biden. As we know, yesterday, the Electoral College further confirmed and affirmed Joe Biden's victory over the incumbent president, Mr. Trump, the first incumbent to actually lose since George H.W. Bush many decades ago. It's been a while since we have HW in the White House. So most presidents have been getting a second term historically. President Trump will not. Whether you voted for him or you didn't, Biden will be the next president of the United States. So Biden has been very busy with the transition from Trump to himself. And he recently tapped on Gina McCarthy, who led the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, under President Obama. Biden actually tapped Gina McCarthy to be his climate czar. She will serve as the climate czar under the Biden administration. Also, in a pick that's a little bit more historic, of course, he has to be confirmed first by the Senate. It's not automatic, is actually Pete Buttigieg. You remember Pete Buttigieg? He was a candidate for the Democratic Party. He did not win, of course. He did not win the nomination, but him and Biden actually had at it a few times. They definitely had some beef on the debate stage, but Biden and him came to terms, and that's politics. That's just how it works. So Biden will be tapping Pete Buttigieg as the transportation secretary, actually. And if confirmed, he would actually be the first LGBT, the first gay secretary member under the White House. So in regards to your next stimulus check and the stimulus package, well, we have learned that top lawmakers are trying their best. They're fighting to keep Congress in session and strike a deal before Congress adjourns for the holiday season and we say goodbye. We don't see them until after the new year. This might be our strongest signal yet that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell might be within striking distance of breaking a months-long stalemate and ultimately reaching a deal. There were some small signs of progress today. We learned that House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy said the group made progress after a nearly hour-long meeting in Pelosi's office and would convene again at 7:30 p.m., so actually right as I'm filming this right now. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer also left the Speaker's office with a positive outlook, saying it was, quote, a good meeting. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, one of Trump's top negotiators in regards to stimulus, also joined and hopped on the phone call. McConnell spoke to reporters after huddling with other leaders, saying, quote, we are still talking to each other and there is agreement that we are not going to leave here without, of course, a deal on the spending bill and coronavirus package he's referring to. So definitely good signs that Mitch McConnell at least wants to see a deal happen. Whether he wants certain things in there and whether it's more in his favor or not definitely remains to be seen. But it's good. We can at least give him a round of applause that he does want to see a deal happen before the Congress adjourns on Friday. So yes, this Friday is our new deadline for a deal to be reached and lawmakers to come to terms and finally compromise. If no deal is reached, we will not have a stimulus package for the year of 2020. We would not see one until 2021 and probably not until Biden takes office. So this Friday is super important. We passed the government spending bill in order to keep the government open. It was going to shut down officially the other day on Friday at midnight, but a deal was reached in time to keep the government open. So we have one more week, and now the days are numbered. This is it. This is crunch time. This week is going to be super important and critical. According to sources and reports, we learned that today's discussions on Tuesday were mostly centered around top-line numbers and what components will ultimately go into the year-end deal. It's not just stimulus, but of course spending for the fiscal 2021, very important. Today was actually the first meaningful discussion from all four major party leaders, also known on Capitol Hill as the, quote, Four Corners. Senior lawmakers on both sides of the aisle in both parties are actually confident and optimistic that McConnell and Pelosi will ultimately reach an agreement, but what form that takes and what the numbers look like and what's ultimately included still remains to be known. These components and the ingredients in the next stimulus bill will literally be decided within the next 24 hours, or not at all, probably. Pelosi hasn't even met with Mitch McConnell in months, so the fact that she is even meeting with him definitely bodes well and could just be the signal that a deal is coming. Senator Chris Coons, a Democrat from Delaware, of course, Joe Biden's home state, spoke today. He had said, quote, "We cannot afford to wait any longer to act. This should not be Congress's last COVID relief bill, but it is a strong compromise that deserves support from both Republicans and Democrats in the Senate." He went on to say, "We cannot leave for the holidays without getting relief to those Americans who need it." This is very reminiscent and similar to what Bernie Sanders was pleading for. He said we needed direct relief to families, and also Senator Josh Hawley as well, a Republican. He made an impassioned plea to get relief directly to families before the holidays. McConnell actually sounded like an actual person who cares, finally. He sounded rather optimistic on stimulus and also recognized some disagreements between the two parties. He had said, quote, "We can live to fight another day on what we disagree on, but we ought to go forward with what we can agree on." Definitely something that we'd like to hear from Mitch McConnell. Finally, he is speaking on his mind, something beneficial. So to quickly recap, we know that the nearly $910 billion bill will be split up into two separate proposals. The first one, not as controversial, even though it eats up the majority of the money. It's more likely to pass. It has wide support from both sides of the aisle and shouldn't have any issues. You shouldn't have to hop through any hoops to get this passed. The second part, which is the minority of the money, is going to be a lot harder to get passed. That's where you get into some partisan issues, definitely a lot of rancor between all sides. So that first part, the first $750 billion bill, that includes federal unemployment benefits of $300 a week, the Paycheck Protection Program, as well as vaccine distribution, among other programs. And then that $160 billion bill is going to be earmarked for COVID-19 liability insurance, as well as money to funding cities and states. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is excited and confident in this proposal. He had said, quote, "We look forward to reviewing what the bipartisan group is putting forth." McConnell is also calling for an agreement to be reached, and quite contradictory to what he's actually saying, because he's the one that is doing a lot of finger pointing. He actually said it's time for this body to collectively recognize that finger pointing doesn't put food on the table for struggling families. Meantime, he's literally the one essentially doing just that. Now, if you were paying attention, you would have noticed I did not mention anything regarding a stimulus check. That is because this bipartisan agreement does not include a second stimulus check or any direct payments to Americans. It does include the unemployment benefits. But as we know, many lawmakers are angry about this and they want to see direct relief squeezed in there. Perhaps we could use some unappropriated, unused funds to squeeze stimulus checks in there right before the holidays. Bernie Sanders wants to see at minimum $1,200 go to families, as well as the other top lawmakers. They really want to see stimulus being included in this proposal. But as it stands right now, it does not include a stimulus check. Something could literally spark in the next 24 hours, even overnight, as the clock is ticking and time is surely running out. Do you think we will reach an agreement? Do you think Congress will be able to pass stimulus for Americans the first time since the end of March, early April? Will it happen? Yes or no? Let's make our predictions down below in the comments. But I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, smash the like button. I actually heard if you smash the like button, it might actually speed up that stimulus and get an agreement to reach faster. I heard it through the grapevine. A little birdie told me, could be hearsay, I don't know. But just try it. It's free to do so. And if you want to see more videos on my channel, hit that big red button, the subscribe button, always with the notification bell as well. I do look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.